All right, welcome back, everyone. If you're seeing this on YouTube, I'm also posting it on Instagram. Seeing it on Instagram, I'm also posting it to YouTube. So I'm here with I don't know if we're friends, but we're friendly and we sort of know each other a little bit.
Sure.
But
Facebook friends, I'd say. Facebook
yeah,
friends.
Aaron Smith, I did an interview with him a while ago. You can find it on my YouTube channel there. But I had an interesting story, and then he's going to share an interesting impression he had. I've started up this Instagram page, which those of you on YouTube might not know about. The link's in the description if you want to check it out. I post quotes pretty much daily from ageless wisdom, psychology, and that kind of stuff. But I was taking it pretty seriously. I was trying to do it like, every weekday anyway, give myself a break on the weekend. But then I sort of lapsed and I didn't feel to do it for a day. And it sort of fell off. And then something happened. I actually got a tarot card reading, which was interesting. But
Hmm.
something about that shifted my energy a little bit. And I thought how I didn't really use my imagination except for like practical things. And I didn't have a whole lot of fun because I was sort of focused on practical things and worrying about practical stuff.
Mhm.
And just letting go of that and allowing my imagination to be more imaginative instead of just
Mhm.
analytical and thinking. And so the theme I did on the Instagram page, I try to do a different theme every week, was like fun or enjoyment or happiness. And I
Mhm.
found a few quotes along those lines. But then Aaron, just sends me a message earlier today, and he had this concept of silliness, and he said something about, silliness can really be a value. I had this impression about you, and silliness can be healing and restorative and stuff. And I was like, hey, that's sort of the line I was going on this week, and he just out of the blue reaches out to me about it. So I figured, we just record a short video and we get your thoughts on that, Aaron.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's kind of interesting because I met you, actually was going through like a playful journey, and it's not silliness, but it's playfulness, which is, probably a sister to silliness, or, fruit of silliness or
They're
something like that. Or
related.
what's that?
Second, they're related. Second
Yeah, they're
cousin
related.
twice
Yeah,
removed.
definitely. I mean, I don't know the total, you can geek out about the specifics on it, but anyways, and I was just having this playful journey, and then I remember just hopping on JJ Dewey's thing, and then you were there. Hey, I'm looking for someone for my YouTube channel to do an interview, and then we had an interview, and I shared some of the story I'd had experienced, and yeah. So basically, yeah, it's been very healing um, for me on my journey, and basically, so let's see. So let's see, I did. Keyword is did suffer from not necessarily believing in myself, or thinking that I had to use guilt and shame to like keep myself in check. And I think a lot of people, especially in the old church ways or whatever, were kind of taught, a language that kind of teaches you to like, oh, you got to flog yourself to keep yourself humble or something like that.
Hmm.
And as I've been really working on I'm a Christian. I really have a relationship with Christ, Jesus Christ, and work hard to try to connect with Him. I had a spiritual born again type of experience in '96. Um, but yeah, so as I was kind of going through that, I was kind of praying, and I kind of getting impressions and hearing His voice, and He's telling me, "I want you to be like a little child," and I'm like, "You mean like meek, submissive, get me bossed around, submit?" And he's like, "Well, yeah, that's part of it, but you're forgetting the cool part." And I'm like, "What's the cool part?" He's like, "Playful, having excited every morning, living in wonder." And I was like, "Oh, really?" He's like, "Yeah, I want you to be playful." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I could do that. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool." And so I kind of started exploring that, and would go out and yeah, I mean, I remember going outside. I was kind of just running up the field, and acting like when I was a little kid, I kind of pretend like I was playing a war game and crawling around in the dirt and just having this fun old time. It really was just healing, and And as I've explored that, I've also what happened is I was really attracted to this guy named Greg Mueller, his teachings, and he sounds like he's mentally ill. When I first heard him, I was like, man, that guy's like manic. And like seriously, he makes such mysterious posts, and it's just like whoa, 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 it's like whoa. And then also Anson Everett, who's really a part of his group, was kind of the same thing. And I remember as I got to know him, I felt like a spirit. I just felt really like this. I keep listening to him. This is interesting stuff.
Hmm.
And I realized these guys are acting like little children. They're just surrendering, and they're just like they don't care. They're like letting all their guards down. All the things that we've been taught. They're just like, you know what? We're just gonna, and they're seeking to be born again, kind of, as a newborn child. And I was like, oh yeah, you guys are being like little kids, like you're being playful. And so I shared that with Gray, discipline of play, and he totally was like, oh yeah, yeah, that totally makes sense, because like he's doing this stuff, but he didn't really understand what he was doing. So now we had like a word to kind of explain it, and he was geeking out about it, and I was geeking out about it, and then as we're talking about it, how the AI on our phones will tend to show us things. I saw this
They're
video by
supposedly not recording you, but they always are. That kind of
yeah, yeah, right. Like it was, it's kind of spooky sometimes. Like whoa, like right on. For better or worse. So that's what's scary. If you get kind of in a dark place, all of a sudden your phone's just echoing back all this like dark stuff. You're like, I can't get out of this place. But if you're in a good place, it's like, whoa, this is
yeah.
awesome. A feedback loop. But yeah, my phone started talking about theta state. There's a little like YouTube short that came up, and it's by Bruce Lipton, and he just talks about how you want to be in theta state. That's how you change your life. And
Theta.
theta state, yeah. So I was like, what is theta state? So I started looking into it. Theta state is the place where you get right before you fall asleep. It's a brain frequency. It's a place where you're kind of like in a dreamlike state. And this is what I found really interesting is that children are naturally in theta state until they hit the age of 8 years old.
Hmm.
And in my faith tradition, I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And in my faith tradition, we don't baptize children until they're 8, because that's when they're supposedly age of accountability. They start to have sin come upon them. And it just was like, oh, that's interesting. And then I actually saw Anson doing a little like YouTube thing or a Facebook Live about he was reading in the Book of Mormon, and similar words as in the Bible. Basically, Jesus is talking to the people. And he's saying, come on, be like a little child that I might heal you. That type of language is like a little child, and it's like, whoa, theta state. And what's one of the really cool things about theta state is when you're in theta state, you're very impressionable. Like that's why children are very, they're very, they can learn very quickly. And in that state, your imagination and reality, your imagination is so active that it and reality, it's hard to tell the difference.
Hmm.
And if you watch a little child, you can give a little child like a stick and start getting playful with him or her, and they'll like, it could be their horse, it can be like their rocket ship to the moon, and all of a sudden, you're flying through space and doing all these things, and when we can get in that state, it's like, wow, like life becomes amazing. And to put in the context of the gospel, because what Christ would say, he says that you be converted and be like a little child. And what that has meant to me is that when we get a relationship with Christ, first of all, you have to have faith. You have to believe. I mean, this is an invisible being that's talking to you. I mean, you got to use your imagination to connect with that. It's hard to believe that. Like, what? This doesn't make no sense.
Mhm.
If you're a little kid, it's like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And so if you can get in that state, from what I'm understanding, that's what exercising faith is, because you're acting and pretending and believing it. Then all of a sudden you start to, whoa, this really is working. I'm starting to get these impressions, and this light and stuff is coming down. And so
Yeah, imagination is sort of a bridge to that higher stuff,
yes, yes, yeah. And that's a big thing. I felt kind of duped a little bit. I was like,
or it
man,
can be anyway. Yeah.
yeah. Like I think imagination really is the key to connecting with the heavens, and it makes sense why And in Babylon or in this dark world, we try to shut that down. Satan was like, no, 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 I'm good. Sit down, shut up. Because he doesn't want you to connect you. And people that want to control others, they don't want to imagine people. They want people to sit down and shut up and listen to what they're saying. So when you get in that sickness of status, and also and then the flip side of that, when a person gets into like the whole, oh, this person's he's so cool. This person's gonna save me. Like it's kind of like a type of idol worship. Instead of connecting to the source directly and allowing, the love of Christ, your truth, let yourself shine out. You get stuck in these like darker places, and you call that Babylon or a hell or something like that. And so, and then we're trapped. We're just stuck in this. And we're, oh, I'm depressed. I'm anxiety because you're not shining, not being your true self.
Yeah.
And so that's just kind of was just so. And the silliness is a great way to get in there. It's like, oh, I'm having a bad day. Watch a Weird Al Yankovic show or something or a video, and
Cat videos can be nice for breaking you out of that stuff.
well, what was that?
Cat videos on YouTube.
Cat, yes, cat videos, yeah. Like the number one thing on the internet, right, or YouTube is cat videos. You can't help it, just start smiling. So yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. You're more of a master at it than I am, surely. So I got some work to catch up with you in this regard.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for joining me and talking about this idea a little bit.
Yeah, no problem.
Where can people check you out if they want to hear more from you?
I'm just like on Facebook. Yeah, just look up Aaron Smith, I guess.
All right, I'll try to link all this stuff down below. So
oh sure, yeah. If you want to come, you'll come. If not, it's fine. I'm not, too worried about it. But yeah, just look up. My name's spelled Aharon Smith. You can pretty much just Google that or look me up on Facebook.
All right, thanks, man.
I have a YouTube channel too, so just type in my name. It's a pretty unusual name, so you should be able to find me.
All right, and if you enjoyed the video, people, leave a like on it. Till next time, peace and live long and prosper.
Peace, man. Yeah.